Колеги, вітання.
Dear colleagues, hello. The Ukrainian Crisis Media Center continues its work, and our next topic is Children of Ukraine Unite in the Struggle for Peace, results of the all-Ukrainian social project Children of Ukraine Are Together, United Children of Ukraine. This is the project of the Ukrainian Crisis Media Center, and the chairperson of the contest organizing committee, Oksana Mitnitska, has the floor. Dear colleagues, hello. I am in an unfamiliar emploi for myself. I want to tell you about a very interesting and unique to some extent project realized by the Ukrainian Crisis Media Center. Maybe for the first time we have provided an opportunity for children to express their feelings about the war in the east of Ukraine, but also to express themselves about what has to be done and what actions should be taken by the state so that it doesn't happen in the future. We have addressed the audience of the young generation, 11th and 12th grades at school. These are the people who are entering the adult life now, and they will have to rebuild the state. So it was very interesting for us to hear from themselves how they see it, and this is the uniqueness of our projects. We launched the contest in mid-May, and over June we accepted the works. The works had to be an essay written up to 5,000 signs, and the topic was how to reach agreement and peace and how to build a tolerant state. We got 332 works, although this was the end of the academic year and summer. We think this is a rather significant number. A bit later I'll come back to the geography of this contest, as it is very interesting, but I want to tell you about the essence of this work, contents of this work. We were not quite surprised, but we were glad to see that these works contained a lot of pain expressed by children, but there was no despair. Children understand that the times are hard, but they have to fight and they have to gain peace. I don't want to rush ahead and to announce what there will be in our collection that we're going to publish, and it will contain the works. But I was mostly impressed by the fact that children, almost in every other work, tell us that if we want to change something, we have to start with ourselves. This is a very clear awareness that instills hope that we should start every day with some small things, and children understand that there won't be quick changes, that they will be gradual, but they will have to start it, and no one will do it for them instead of themselves. I think this is the most striking conclusion and maybe a discovery, as we know that kids in this age usually dream about something else. They say that sometimes that someone should come and do this for us, that nothing depends on them, but these children are different. And I want to tell you that these thoughts some were from people from children from different regions. There's no geographical specifics about the approach how to change the life and how to build a peaceful Ukraine. How we worked with these essays in order to avoid the influence of subjective factors. It was done according to a certain procedure. Out of the files that the kids sent, we removed all personal data, where the authors live, where they study. We have done this on purpose. A special person in the Ukrainian Crisis Media Center did this, and even I did not know who is the author of which work. And this was done in order to avoid the influence of subjective factors. However, how however hard we tried to avoid this, when we summed up the results, it turned out that the majority of works, well, if not the majority, but many of them that made it to the best 50, the authors are children who lived in a frontline zone or the zone of the anti-terrorist operation. Maybe because these children have got to know what is the price of life on their own experience, and maybe, there's an approach in journalism when journalists share their own experience, and this is best accepted by the audience because this provides a live significance to what the text is about. Maybe this did influence the choice of the jury, why they did choose these works. In general, the geography of the contest does represent the topicality of these problematics in the context of regional specifics. Please show us slide number 2. This is the map that represents where we got the works from. And you see that this is mostly from the east of Ukraine, and the farther from the combat zone, you see that the problematics is less topical for the children. But this I can say only leaning on the data of our contest. What struck me, and this was a discovery in inverted commas for us, we didn't have any work from Kiev. There are 3 works from Kiev regions, from suburbs, but not a single one from Kiev. We, of course, did not conduct a very active campaign in Kiev, but we did inform rather broadly. Maybe that's because of summer, maybe children in Kiev live in other circumstances, and this is not very topical for them. I want to tell another important thing. In one of the essays, there was a phrase, children all over the world cry in one single language, and the essays that came to us confirmed this. We did not resort to any limitations as far as language is concerned about the contest works. We haven't even discussed this in our conditions, but it was interesting for us that how the audience will cope. Out of 332 works, over 60 essays are in English. And if we had quite a number of works in French and German, we may say that every 5th work is in a foreign language. This means that children are becoming globalized, they are open to the world, and they see the development of their country in the global context. I want to say also, and I don't aim at any language issues, but we had only 2 works in Russian. I don't know why this happened, but this is the statistics, and this is how it is. What is important is that when we analyzed those works, we thought to give an opportunity to the audience about an idea about what children are dreaming about and how they see the future. So we analyzed every work, and we made a cloud of words. This is the map of Ukraine, and you see there the words, how they see their future, the future of their country, and these are the words that were mostly used, that were used the most in their essays. What's going to happen next? Our next piece of work is that we selected 50 best works, which we will publish in September and October as a brochure. It will be disseminated free over the entire territory of Ukraine. All the winners will get this brochure, and the major attention will be paid to the frontline zone, of course. We think that the way children put it is something that can actually make it hurt to the human soul, and maybe this will make the adults to look at the situation in a different way. As far as mechanics is concerned, the information about winners will be placed on the site of the Ukrainian Crisis Media Center before 3 p.m. today, and all the participants will get a circular letter which will tell about the results. The authors of the best 15 works will be invited in the autumn. We will take them to Kiev, and they will be able to meet the editors of Ukraine's leading media, and they will be given a master class, because when we conducted this contest, we thought that these are the kids that to some extent and in some way dream of connecting their life to journalism. So we think that this is going to be a unique opportunity for them that will allow them to look at the profession from inside and maybe get some professional skills.
But that is not the end. Those 50 works was difficult to select because there are many, on the one hand, naive, but on the other hand, very deep thoughts of children there. And we wanted those who will receive these 50,000 brochures, not just these people could hear that, but we would like as many people as possible to read these words. And now we are thinking about how this could be done. One of the ideas is to somehow disseminate the works of children from pre-front zone, from ATO zone, so that they are seen. I can tell you, we don't have any idea. We are ready for cooperation. We are ready to give access to these works. We also invite mass media to pay attention to these works. This could become the basis for some very interesting social project which could be presented better visually. Our only objective is to have peace and to help those children who just enter their adult life. We want to help them build the peace and build the future, so that they build their future in this country. Using this opportunity, I would like to thank all those who supported this project. That project was done on terms of crowdfunding, and I would like to thank everyone who supported us financially. I would also like to thank the Ministry of Education that supported us by spreading information to as many schools as possible. Also, RBK Ukraine project supported us, and Hromadske Public Radio. If you have any questions, please ask them. And I would like to mention that all the information will be on UCMC website. Do you have any questions, colleagues? UCMC, you say that there are up to 50 winners. Could you explain what were the criteria of selecting 50 works and who were the members of jury? So the criteria, we did not write that. We wanted to look at, we were looking at the standard requirements to the works of journalists, but then we thought, okay, these are children, and the idea of the text, emotional of importance, that is what is required by the genre essay, who we invited to the jury. Andrei Kulikov, he's here. The representatives of public radio, Ruslan Denichenko, Voice of America, Antin Pedlutsky, RBK Ukraine, Anastasia Ringis, Ukrainska Pravda. We invited also the Department of Journalism from Kiev-Mogila Academy, and based on the conclusions of the jury, we made we generalized and we identified the winners. Also, the brochure that will be published. There will be 50 works of 50 winners in the brochure. And when will this be published? September, October. Well, this is a crowdfunding type of project. So we have to finish editing the texts. Also there are some technical things like the design and others. I cannot tell you what is the specific timing, but we don't want to have it delayed. This is a very good thing that should be done. In 3-4 weeks, I believe we will be able to do that. And I would like to say that, and I have not mentioned that, the children who we invite to Kiev, the 15 authors of the best works, we will organize training for them, and we will invite them to the special press briefing that will be dedicated to them, and they themselves will tell about what they think about how to achieve peace, how to build a peaceful country, what needs to be done. And announcing this briefing, I would like to invite mass media to come to it. There are many other things like the meeting of the Cabinet of Ministers or the National Bank, but there are some important things which have long-term effects, and please pay attention to that. So, Социальная Країна TV channel, can you tell maybe about some work that impressed you mostly, some details? I believe that this will not be a right thing to do, because we did not award the first, the second, the third place. If you have such desire, we can give you some of the works and you will yourself be able to make conclusions. But again, I would like to suggest the alternative option for you. When children come here, maybe you will want to talk to them, and they themselves will be able to talk about their ideas. This, when you read it, you get touched. But when a children reads it, you cannot just switch to another TV channel. Talking about brochure, you say that there will be 5,000 copies. Will there be an electronic version? Yes, I believe that's quite reasonable. We haven't considered that, but looking at, but taking into account how important it is, I believe this should be done. And we want to disseminate that information. We want to give that to those adults who are responsible for the future, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Defense, let them read it and let them understand how children, almost adult citizens, perceive what they are doing. Thank you for this very joyful briefing. All the best to you. Our next briefing is at 12:30.